Hello everyone, my name is Bill Spada, CEO of DevTeam6, and I'm joined here today with Mr. Eric Anderson.
That's me. Hello everyone.
CTO of DevTeam6, and we are here today to talk to you about something totally different, new, history making, never been done before. We call it SWAP 2.0.
SWAP 2.0.
SWAP 2.0.
Never seen before.
Not on the blockchain.
Not anywhere.
Not anywhere.
No,
right.
Especially not the blockchain.
Not the blockchain.
Not
Until recently.
That's right.
Until recently.
That's right.
We recently just opened up Pi Swap, which is part of our Pi token project here at DevTeam6. And what is SWAP 2.0 and what is its competitor?
Well, I'll tell you, there's not a whole lot of competitors out there for SWAP 2.0.
No.
One of the reasons is you look at it, and when you know what SWAP 2.0 is, you wonder, why in the world did nobody else do this?
Right.
In the last couple of years, why didn't anybody do it?
Biggest thing for me has been, why wasn't it done this way in the first place?
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So those of you out there that are sitting there going, wait a minute, what is this
What is it?
2.0? Well, let me start from the beginning, right? SWAP 1.0, those of you that are in swapping platforms, DEXs, decentralized exchanges, think of Pancake Swap.
Pancake Swap, Uniswap, all the swaps.
Baby Swap.
Baby Swap, Ape Swap,
Ape
whatever
swap.
swap. This swap, that swap.
Everybody Swap.
Everybody swap. All the swaps that are out there.
All the
Every
swaps.
single one.
All the swaps. So think of those. Think of Uniswap on the Ethereum side. There's some other ones on the Ethereum side as well. Sushi Swap, all those other ones, right?
All the swaps.
So let's take you back to the beginning. Every single one of those swapping technologies, they have what's called a router that allows for the swap and the transaction to take place. In those swaps, they have a problem.
Well, they do. They have a complete logistical problem. They have a way of tackling the issue problem. There's a lot of problems.
There's a lot of problems. So really what has happened is how the space has evolved in the token side over the past 2 years.
Absolutely.
In the very early stages, and this is the craziest part, right? In the early stages, tokens were never meant to have fees.
Yeah, they were just trading tokens.
So what do they call those fees these days?
I don't know. They call them all kinds of things. They call them tokenomics. They call them transaction fees. They call them tax.
Tokenomics is
you gotta
tokenomics.
hate tax.
I think most people will understand tokenomics,
I
right?
think
For the
so.
most part. But a good example of tokenomics is a fee, right? They'll take 5%, 3%, 4%, 10%. And what that does is that fee, every time someone swaps in to the project with whatever the base token or pair is, or they swipe out or swap out.
One of those.
Into they swap out of the project, right? And they're trying to, receive whatever the pair token is.
That's right.
They're
making a trade.
On the BSC side or Binance Smart Chain side, it's usually in BNB or it's BUSD or it's USDT. On the Ethereum side, it's in Ethereum or it's in one of the other
USDT or whatever.
pegged, dollar or whatever type tokens. Currently, what happens is the swap happens and they do collect fees. So there's a lot of projects in the space, a ton of them, that take tokenomics, that use tokenomics as a way to further develop the project. Whether they're developing the community side of the project because they're giving rewards, or they're giving a benefit to the holders of the project, or they're building out, the development side of the project with a bucket or two.
Charities,
anything. Or they want to put more money into the liquidity pool.
Absolutely.
On the project, in the swapping platform. All of those are today under every one of those swaps that we talked about a minute ago. We call that SWAP 1.0.
Every swap.
It's the first version of swap that has been put out there. And the reason it's all under the same SWAP 1.0 is everybody and their brother. Everybody forked Uniswap.
Yes, they did.
Right? So Uniswap became the it tag your it, right? And every developer that wanted to create a swap after them
Right.
essentially just took what they did
They just took it.
and kept applying it. And as they applied it, it became obsolete over time. And I'll tell you,
people didn't even realize it.
and they don't until you start to pay attention to the communities behind the token projects.
That's right.
And the people and the developers and
The development teams too.
the pain points
Huge pain
that
points.
come from it. So when you're taking tokenomics on a project, those tokens under swap 1.0, they are taken out in token fees. They are taken out in the project token. So if you own, we'll just use an example, right?
Okay.
Let's say you're a SafeMoon investor and you know there's tokenomics, right, in the past. And it's 10% fee. I think they started out with a 10%
It was
fee.
5 and 5.
5 and 5. 5 to liquidity pool, 5 to reflection.
Yes, that's what it
And
was.
so those tokens that were taken as fees were taken in SafeMoon tokens, right? So in order to get the money into reflection, what did they have to do?
Right. Well, just a little example, right? If someone were to purchase 1,000 SafeMoon tokens, they would get 900 of them because 100 would go in fees. So the user would get 900 tokens, and then the contract would get 100 tokens for fees.
Right.
Right?
Right. And so then they needed to figure out how to get the 50 tokens that were earmarked to liquidity into the liquidity pool.
Right.
So then the contract at some point was usually built so that it would collect those tokens that were earmarked or the bucket for liquidity,
Right.
adding to liquidity. They would collect that money, or those tokens, sorry, and then eventually when those tokens built up to a certain point, whatever they determined that number was, those tokens would then swap a sale into the market for that token, into that project.
They would basically, the contract would basically sell
Correct.
the tokens to the liquidity pool.
To be
They
able
would
to
create
add.
a sale
Right.
on their project.
Right.
And the charts would show the sale. Cocoon.
So you know what's
Red bar,
You know what's
sale.
really funny about that one?
Gosh, not a whole lot.
Well, if they're selling, they're taking the BNB out, right, of the liquidity
Right.
pool. So when the contract actually adds more to the liquidity pool, it's a phantom ad.
Sure.
Think about it. They're taking out this much to add back,
To add it right
in,
back, yeah.
paired with they're really not adding liquidity, essentially,
True.
right?
Yeah.
Like think about it from a
Right.
real
It's very small.
basis.
Yeah.
It's very, very small.
Yeah.
So in reality, those sales show up on the market trades.
And
So
it doesn't look good.
It doesn't look good, and it happens as frequently as necessary.
Oh, every few
And
minutes, depending on volume.
It could happen if it's a high volume token project. It could
Yeah.
happen, 100 times a day. If it's a
we've been
small
there.
volume token, yeah.
Yes,
If
we
it's
have.
a small token project, it might happen, 20, 10, 5, whatever number a day, right?
And you get all the users, all the holders of this token going, why is the contract selling? Why is the
community.
dev team selling?
The community keeps asking, why does the contract keep selling these tokens?
Why is the dev team selling?
To the
dev
market.
team selling.
So in reality, there's a huge deficiency. So in order for that project to live in a healthy market, what happens is they need to get twice the buy pressure to break even
That's right.
on the selling of fees
100%.
to the market to fill the buckets for the project.
100%.
So what happens? Buy pressure and sell pressure. Sell pressure is twice as much as buy pressure, and a token starts going up, and everyone's excited. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of excitement to it. Buy pressure is up, and as soon as that buy pressure turns the other way, project just starts going down, slipping down,
That's right.
slowly, slowly, slowly. I think I just made the one chart that everybody knows most in crypto, right? What happens
all
though,
look that way.
essentially, is it's an unhealthy, inauthentic, artificial market.
It is.
If the contract is needing to sell to the swapping market in order to fill its buckets, it's not a true marketplace. It turns into a inauthentic, artificial market. So that brings us to Swap 2.0.
Swap 2.0.
So Swap 2.0, what makes Swap 2.0 so unique and so different is now token projects in crypto can now elect to either take their fees, their tokenomic fees, either in their own project tokens or in the base pair, which most, like I said, most are in BNB, or they could be in Ethereum, they could be in USDT or EBUSD or
whatever the base pair is.
Whatever the pair they got, right? But it'll take those tokens and it'll collect the percentage of fees before the swap.
That's right, on purchases.
Which then allows the contract to fill its buckets in real time. Real time, not when it takes time to build up and it grows and then it sells and all the things that are very unhealthy are being done in Swap 1.0, Swap 2.0.
Yeah.
Game changer.
Game changer.
Changes everything.
Because if you're doing liquidity, no longer do you have to sell your tokens to get that 50% back to pair and stake.
You have to buy tokens.
Now you got to buy them from the market. So now you got your BNB, you cut it in half, and you take half of it and you buy tokens off the live market. Your chart comes up because you just made this massive buy, and then bring it back, and then you stake liquidity. You're never selling to the market. You're just buying. If you need tokens, you're buying tokens.
Right.
You got a buyback system, you're buying tokens.
Right. And you never have to worry about the contract ever selling.
Never.
Because there's never going to be a need for it. It actually ends up what I call a zero basis. It is a market.
I actually think it's a plus basis.
It is a plus basis because it changes the pressures.
Yep.
However, buy and sell pressure, you start out with an equal basis. So there is no need to have to overcome double the pressure on the sell side, on the buy side to be able to break even.
Right.
You immediately are at a zero basis, which means a healthy, real, 100% authentic market that token projects can actually live within and be successful because they're building confidence within their communities, they're building confidence within the space, there isn't artificial trades, contract never needs to sell.
Never.
A good example, right? Let's say you've got a BNB reflection token. Right? Doesn't matter what percentage they're reflecting, but right now, if you're trading on PancakeSwap or Swap 1.0, right now, your project is going to collect tokens from the project on every fee that goes down for the tokenomics. Then it's going to go sell those tokens.
You don't have BNB.
Because you don't have BNB.
You got to get it.
So you're now going to go sell those tokens on the market and then fill the BNB bucket that
and
gets
then distribute.
That gets reflected to your holders. So people always go, well, I love this project. It's giving me BNB. It's true. It is giving you BNB.
It is.
But it's literally just draining the liquidity pool to do it. Right? Because it's not an authentic, real, true BNB reflection token when it needs to sell to generate the BNB.
It's the craziest thing ever.
But Swap 2.0 never sells to generate the BNB. So the fee comes out on the initial point of swap. You ever heard of point of swap before?
The point of swap?
The point of swap.
We may have coined that phrase.
I think I coined it many AMAs ago. The point of swap is where the fee gets redacted prior to the BNB going into the token. So the 2.0 swap 2.0 technology is pulling that BNB out. It's putting it in a bucket. And then that bucket starts to reflect the BNB in real time to the holders of the project, which changes everything. Holders never have to go, oh, what's this big sale that happens every 10 minutes? I mean,
why is the dev team selling?
Right. It's just a crazy thing. But back to why we're here. Dev Team 6 is here. We bring revolutionary technology. Our goal is to disrupt as many of the things that haven't been done the way they should have been done in the first place. We want to bring mass adoption of crypto. And in order to bring mass adoption of crypto, you got to make people live in a place where they're comfortable.
That's right.
So think about this. The current Swap 1.0 is nothing like the traditional stock market.
Not at all.
Right? What are the masses around the world that have any investments or holders of any type of investment, right? what are they used to? They're used to the standard stock market format.
Sure.
Swap 2.0 is the standard stock market format.
Mm-hmm.
It is no different than if you have an E-Trade account, and they take a trade fee for $5 or $3 or whatever, and then it buys the rest with your stock
Right.
Right? It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't happen any different.
No.
So that's what we've done is we've created a very comfortable format and platform that the masses all around the world can get their heads around.
Absolutely, not be thrown for a loop. I mean, can you imagine that you're buying this stock, and then the stock companies, they keep selling? They're selling to raise capital.
Good.
Hey, wait, Bill, it's okay. We're selling this $10 million just because we got to get capital to
A
operate
good
on.
example is like, okay, you own Microsoft.
Right.
Could you imagine a community of Microsoft investors just sitting there in chat or in some
Right.
sort of way they engage, and all of a sudden,
Why is Microsoft
that
selling?
morning Microsoft starts selling stock,
Uh-huh.
and they're going, wait
Every
a
30
minute,
minutes.
why are they selling stock every like 30, 40, 50 minutes?
Yeah.
You know how fast the investors or holders
Mhm.
would probably lose confidence?
Super fast.
Very fast.
Yeah.
Swap 2.0, it does not happen that
Doesn't
way.
happen.
We've created something that is new. It is completely going to change how
It is.
token projects survive and build true foundational space within crypto and bring the masses in, because psychologically they can get their arms and hands around how that market works versus what has been done in Swap 1.0. We will continue to drive Swap 2.0 through multiple other channels and more proof of concept as we continue our journey, and it's gonna be history making.
It is history making already.
History making. Thank you everyone for joining us. We appreciate you. Till next time, guys. We'll see you soon.